Hey everyone, I'm Clayart, and today I was inspired. I got these from my moms, and even though they're beautiful, I think I can do something really great with them. But first we got to pull it all apart. Thankfully though, I had some help.
Hello, I'm Mr. Clayart, and yeah, I'm the help in this one. So she made me sort all those rocks, because they couldn't be tricolored.
No, of course they couldn't be tricolored. We are going to make yinyang fishies.
And a lot of resin is also in this one.
Exactly, so without further ado guys, let's get started. Now, Mr. Clayart wasn't completely honest with you because I actually also sorted the stones. And that was because I wanted one with a black base and one with a sort of white base. Not the clear glass because then you couldn't see it through resin, but the sort of grayish glass, you can say.
Yeah, you could actually see there was more than 2 colors in those glasses.
No, honey, you actually told me that. If you remember.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that, but I had a pile of stones larger than that one. So I spent, 2.5 hours?
Something like that.
Sorting rocks.
But now we have many different colored rocks.
Yep, a lot.
And after that I decided to start with the fins of the fishies. And I made them in translucent clay. It was completely unnecessary because I ended up painting it over. But I thought at the time that it were going to be translucent because that was going to be pretty, but it didn't.
No, but you were so mad about that translucent clay. She swore and she biggered and she was, told me so many times how much it was a pain to work with, and she always need to have clean hands because else she stain it and then you end up painting over it all anyway.
It's called a part of the artistic process, my darling.
You say that every time.
But it's not true. Anyway, with that done, it was on to the body of the fish, and they were fairly straightforward because it's actually more like 2 beans I just had to shape.
They more look like snails.
Yeah, at this point they actually do look more like snails, I have to give you that.
So you're making yin-yang killer snails with fins.
Beautiful fins, my darling.
Yeah, they are beautiful. And white.
Yeah, at this point they are white. Well, we had just watched Avatar, The Last Airbender as the series that comes out, and then we ate dessert of these small glasses, and then I just felt incredibly inspired. So yeah, we are going to make some hopefully beautiful, possibly snail looking fishies.
It is hard not to get inspired by Avatar.
Well, it is a great series, I have to give you that.
Not the blue ones, the one who plays with air.
Maybe I should make something from the other Avatar movie. That could be fun. Please leave a comment down below if you want to make...
Honey, stop. Be careful what you're saying. Have you looked at how elaborate those monsters are?
I can do it!
They are really elaborate.
I can do it! I made a 9-headed Hydra!
It's up to you guys.
I am the queen of... No, I'm possibly only the princess or maybe even jester of clay, but I am something with clay.
Guys,
my name is Clayart. I can do it.
Guys, remember, it's me who have to listen to her when she makes them. Please.
You believe in me, don't ya?
Yeah, I believe in you too. But before you commit to anything and promise them to make the total fauna of Pandora, honey, what are you doing now?
Well, I'm making fins again, because this time they have to be on the back and be curved as the back. So I have to not pre-bake the fins but actually put them on. It was quite difficult.
But they look good.
Well, thank you, my darling. No problem.
And I think it was around this time you realized you're not even gonna need the translucent clay.
Yeah, I was cursing and swearing also because, as you can see in the middle, if the editor is kind to zoom in the middle, I have made small fishy whiskers, I don't know what they're called, out of translucent clay. And it was
Their little mustache, you mean?
Yeah, the little mustache.
Ah.
And I will not use a swear word because we are on YouTube, but oh my god, if I had just used Super Sculpey, then that would be a problem.
Then you didn't have to make them 10 times and break them 5.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I love Super Sculpey. Why not just keep to Super Sculpey?
Because you want to make them translucent?
Well, I also have a tiny bit of a love affair with cosplay. Well, you don't have that. You hate cosplay, but...
I do. It sticks to everything.
But yeah, for me, that is translucent clay. I am just not happy with it.
But now you're playing with green fluffy stuff you stole from a 14-year-old's party.
Well, he gave it to me.
You stole it from his decoration.
Yeah, I did. Actually, there's a whole lot of stealing involved in this sculpture. But don't you worry, guys. He thought they were beautiful and he supports me.
What a shout out to our 14-year-old friend who just confirmed his belief and had a great party. So you know who you are, and congratulations.
From both of us, of course.
3 of us!
But now, let's get back to what I'm actually doing, and that is painting our little kois.
And as you can see, guys, in the background, she hadn't really committed to the black color on that koi yet. She hadn't realized it was not going to happen with the translucent clay.
No, because I really wanted it, but at the same time, I just knew it looked wrong no matter how I tried.
She cried at this point.
Yeah, I really did. So that is why I put so much more focus on the paint and blended the black with some metal gray, simply to give some shine to the fishies.
And they become really shiny.
Well, thank you.
No problem. The only problem is they're gonna be unshined in the resin, but that was not your fault, honey.
Well, I tried to give it some flair, and I also think the shine came a little bit flu when the sunlight hits, and this sculpture, the sunlight really has to be there and hit to make it justice, in my opinion.
And what we can learn from this, honey, now they haven't seen the resin yet, but we have to become better at resin.
We really do. If you have some tips, please leave it in the comments. We want to learn.
Yeah, because it kicks our buttocks every time.
Also, while you're there, why not also comment and subscribe?
And leave a like.
Yeah, that covers all, doesn't it?
And a little extra comment, please.
We like them. We read them all.
And as I can see, you have really stepped up your painting game on this one. You use circle cutters to make the circles.
Yeah, well, it really was a time saver because it takes so long to make a perfect circle when you only have your own eyesight to go from. So yeah, it really helped me out a lot.
And it's really difficult to make a circle on a not even surface.
Also that.
And here you can see the last bit of the translucent clay disappearing beneath the paint.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't talk about the translucent clay anymore. I don't want to talk about it. It's not my friend no matter what I do with it.
A funny story, guys. I tried to help Clayfake by kneading the translucent clay for her so her fingers would be spared a little. But my hands were maybe not as clean as they could have been, so the clay was a little bit darker when I have touched it, and she's discarded all of it because
It was gray!
That was a little bit, and you painted over it anyway.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that at the time.
No, but you discarded a big clump of clay because it was a little bit dirty.
Yeah, well, I don't like dirty.
No, I understand that.
And with that is on to the details, where I paint the eyes blue and give the fins some dots simply to give it some more interest.
She tried to make the light one black-eyed and the black one white-eyed, which made the black one seem like a zombie.
Yeah, and made the white one look like a demon.
Yeah.
So I decided to go with blue.
I think it was a good choice.
And here you can see me very carefully poking into the eye to give it different shades of blue. Again, to make it more interesting to look at.
Poor slug. But with all that claying and painting done, it was time for the assembly of the sculpture and readying for the resin.
And the reason that he emphasized on the resin is actually because that is Mr. Clayfig's moment to shine. Now tell me, honey, what are you doing?
I'm gluing on a small stick with UV resin to keep them in the right place. Because we know now, from Nessie, link in the description, that clay floats.
Well, we also learned that from the seals, or we would think we learned that from the seals.
So now we officially glue them to the bottom. And with the help of Clayfig's small nimble hands and a pincher, we get the small plants put into the bottom as well, so they don't float. And we have mounted them on toothpicks, so we have a little more to glue to the bottom.
And then it was time for the resin.
The bubbly resin.
The very bubbly resin. And we don't know why, guys, because we really did the best to our knowledge not to make it too bubbly and to put fire to it. Though I have to say it is really an ASMR moment at this time, isn't it?
Yeah, and now we know we need a vacuum chamber.
Yeah, we really do.
So no more resin before we got a vacuum chamber.
Well, I can't promise you that, honey.
Yep.
That is a pretty drastic...
Promise me.
No!
Please?
No, I don't want to!
But it's going to be bubbly.
Well, then you have to make a vacuum chamber pretty quickly, don't you?
Oh, damn.
But with the resin done and cured, I think that is it for this sculpture and it for this video!
I think they turned out really great.
Yeah, well, there is something I want to change, like the position and the bubbles, of course.
And the clear stones, because you can't see them.
But overall, I'm pretty satisfied.
I think they turned out great, and your mother is happy about them.
Yeah, I ended up giving them to my mom because I basically destroyed some of her things to give her that, but she was happy with them.
She was really happy.
But at last, guys, it's time for us to sign off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time.
And if you can't wait until next time, then click on the square to your right, where you can see the small seals get made.
Yeah, but until then, bye!